Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me at the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Dean Tribble. He is the CEO of Agoric, and we also have Zaki Manian. He's the head of research over at Tendermint, and we're going to learn about inter-blockchain communication and how that will usher in a new era of blockchain globalization. It's great to have the both of you with us here. What is IBC to distributed networks?
IBC is to blockchains what TCP was to the internet. It's what enabled individual machines to talk to each other. That's what TCP did. What IBC will do is allow machines to talk to chains and chains to talk to chains. So Cosmos zones to talk to each other, Cosmos zones to talk to Polkadot or other blockchains in the world.
And how is this going to usher in the new age of blockchain globalization?
So we see many of these new blockchain protocols coming into existence. There's been this rapid explosion in new protocols, built on both the platforms that Tendermint makes and others. And we expect that in order to knit all of this into like one growing economy, IBC is the missing piece to sort of enable entrepreneurs, as we've seen, to spin up blockchains that meet the needs of their customers, but also be part of a larger global economy.
All right, so help us understand this more. What's an example of a client? What is the client doing with this kind of technology? How is it better for the consumer?
So what we have is, on Cosmos right now, we have 3 high-value public blockchains, for example. Terra, which is a payments network out of South Korea, the Binance DEX, the Cosmos Hub, are all different networks that are built on top of the software that we've built,
right.
Cosmos SDK. Those networks are all isolated today. They don't exchange assets with each other. What IBC will do is allow someone to take assets from the Cosmos Hub and use them on Terra or on the Binance DEX, new networks to come into existence, and for instance, you to trade assets that originate on the Cosmos Hub on the Binance DEX.
Okay, so why is it that they don't do that now? Is it simply because the technology doesn't exist? Is it a security issue?
It has taken us roughly 3 years to build this technology, and it's based off work that people like Dean have been doing for almost 40 years. 30 years.
And we'll get to that.
Yeah. So it's taken a long time to build all of this stuff, demonstrate the correctness, show that it's secure. It's a really easy thing to sketch out on a napkin and a really hard thing to bring into the world.
All right, so let's learn more about you guys and your relationship. Agoric and Tendermint, the collaboration. Why did you choose each other?
So I've been working on sort of scalable blockchains for about 5 years. It used to be a hobby, and now it's.
You're almost a dinosaur in the blockchain industry.
I could die at any moment. Every year in blockchains is like 10 years in real life. So I've been doing this a real long time. And I came across their work on the internet when I was looking for solutions to scalability that didn't involve sharding, which was a thing that like Ethereum 2.0, et cetera, were exploring. I got real frustrated with all of that work, and I was looking for an alternative. And I found their work as a clear, well thought out, mature alternative sharding that only needed to be ported to the world of blockchains. And then years later, I got to meet them, and now we work collaborating together to bring these ideas to life.
All right, now Dean, I mean, you've helped to shape the internet as we know it today, which is quite incredible. Does it look like the version you had thought it may look like 30 years ago? Is it better or worse? Is it doing what it's designed to do?
So there's a lot of things that are better. I mean, it's gone out, it's touched every part of the way we operate in the world. There's a lot of things like the privacy debates, like the centralization of data that are not better than what we had all hoped for. But we keep moving along and moving things forward, and some of the technology we're talking about today will help move things forward to closer to the kind of stuff that we envisioned. Right? In the early documents like the Agoric Open Systems papers in 1988, there was this envisioned world of software agents creating and participating in markets, acting on behalf of people, enabling new kinds of cooperation, and we're still every day with this kind of technology that we're building, enabling more kinds of cooperation between people, and that's sort of what the big goal is.
And it's funny because sometimes you joke around when you might have some quiet time at work or over the weekend, you're like, I surfed to the end of the internet, right? We heard that expression. Are we there yet, or are we still like in the early stages of what the potential is with this digital world we live in?
Oh, very much still in the early stages. Whether it's Internet of Things and devices that are smart, whether it's the ability to have rich networks of smart contracts in our case, rich networks of agents cooperating to build lower risk, more empowering cooperative networks. We've got plenty more room to grow there.
All right. right, sounds good. Very interesting. And full disclosure, it's not like I get bored at work and surf. Should have thought twice before I said
Yeah,
that
you haven't
one.
gotten to the edge yet.
Thank you so much both for joining us at MarketSite. And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.